I've never wanted to have a dog. I've seen a few dogs, but I've never felt any affinity with them. So I kind of like, okay, maybe I'm not into dogs, right?
There's just something about dog that when they look at you with no pretense, no judgment, and I felt seen and validated at that time.
I've always wanted a dog for 30-odd years, and I know that I'll get one eventually when time permits and everything aligns. So it was not per se just during COVID, but we've always wanted a dog, and she came about during that time.
It goes without saying that adopting a dog is a big responsibility. You've got to look within yourself and ask yourself, have I got what it takes to look after this dog for the rest of its life? And it's yours.
I just found him, he's in one of the litter in a Kelong in Pulau Ubin when we're having a birthday dinner there. And it just happens organically. He just so adorable, you know. It's just like he has this energy that I was drawn to. And I was just like, oh my goodness, this dog is so cute. And he's like maybe about a month or 2 months old then. He has like 7 or 8 brothers or sisters there. He's a very unique dog. And I just got drawn to him. And I just asked the owner if I can adopt him. And the love story begins. So when I wanted to adopt Frisbee, he was too young. So the owner said that he needs to spend more time with the mother so that he can grow up properly. So I was like, okay, I'll come back. When he was 4 months old, we went back to actually adopt him officially. And then he's been part of our family till now.
When I was in secondary school, we had our very first dog. His name was Hawk. We got Hawk when he was a puppy. My parents were very traditional, so Hawk wasn't allowed in the house. And it just broke my heart to hear him crying himself to sleep. Hawk and I, we had this really, really strong bond. And then we were separated for about 6 years because I was pulled away by national service. And after national service, I had to go into university. So it was about 6 years, which was half his life. And when I came back, he was very, very ill. But I kind of think that he hung on to see me one last time before he passed on. It's taken me this long before I could get myself another dog. I mean, Hawk passed in 1991. I adopted Leah in 2017. It's taken me that long.
Nico saved my life. I was in the process of accepting a loss of a loved one. There was a time when I was so sad and so depressed that I would cry myself to sleep and wake up the next day not wanting to see the light of day. When I got her, it almost felt like there's no time for me to be sad. I was so busy to be like how to be a good mother for her, like how to be a good parent. It's always like bright and shiny. That's why I named her Nico. Nico is a Japanese term for sunlight and sunshine because she was the light at that time during the darkest time of my life.
Whiskey was found in the industrial area, and she was actually from this program called Catch, Neuter and Release. I think she was there for a couple of years with her sister and a few other dogs. They took her to the shelter, and a couple of weeks later, we got her. We always feel that we didn't choose Whiskey, it's Whiskey who chose us.
The first time I met Nico, I met her through a breeder. I was so drawn to this chubby female Japanese Spitz. And she was the first dog I picked up among the litter. The moment I picked her up and I put her on my chest, She was so calm and so peaceful. And then when I put her back on the crate, then she started crying. So I said, oh, I think this is my dog. She already claimed me that I'm going to be her mommy. We go for a walk or run every day. Japanese Spitz is a watchdog type, so she actually loves to just watch and let the time goes by, watch the people around. And sometimes when I walk her, she would make sure that after walking, we would find a bench, just sit together and just do nothing and watch the time goes by, the people that would pass by, and just appreciate the moment together. Her favorite food is porridge, because that was the first home-cooked food that she had. She has a dog food that she eats every day, but I love to cook for her. So that's one of the times that we spend and bond together. I would prepare food for me and I prepare food for her and we eat together. Every time I bring out the slow cooker to cook the porridge, she would get really excited because she knows that she's going to have porridge the next day.
So we got Whiskey from Courses for Animals. We actually emailed them. A couple of weeks later, she emails me and says, hey, you know what, we actually got this dog. Her name is Whiskey, she's 4, and would you be interested? We had a video call, and a couple of days later, we just met her just across the road, and it was love at first sight.
I've always believed that dogs pick you. It was purely accidental. There was a group of us in a room, and Leah came straight for me. We bonded immediately, and I knew she was the right one for me. So 1 week later, I went to the shelter again. Leah came into the room and came straight for me again. And at that moment, I knew, you know what, she has picked me. And my life changed forever. That was 3 years ago, yeah. In order to understand the kind of problems that Leah had, you've got to understand the kind of harsh life that these dogs in puppy mills go through. You go to a pet shop, you see these puppies and you think, oh my God, they're really, really cute. But you don't realize that mummy dog and daddy dog live in really, really terrible conditions. So when I got Leah was limping really, really badly, and I brought her immediately to the vet. Within 3 weeks of adoption, she went for a surgery, and she's got a metal rod down one of her legs. 10 months after that, she did surgery on the other leg. She does hydrotherapy to help her strengthen the legs. And I do think it's because these dogs are caged, and they grew up in a cage, and Leah being a big dog, she probably grew up in a cage that was way too small for her. And she was one of the lucky ones that was rescued when she was younger. She had a lot of trust issues, but she's the sweetest dog ever. I knew that it was a responsibility, and I made it my goal to give her the best life ever.
I bring him to the park nearby our house, and sometimes when he sees the kids or he sees anyone that he finds interesting, he would just run to them and try to play with them. Even though he has never seen them, doesn't matter. He just likes human connection. So that's his personality.
She's with us for 7 months now. So the initial period, she was very skittish. She was very scared. The slightest sound scared her. She's never taken the lift. She's never taken the stairs. So the first 1 week or so, she was walking up and down. She didn't sleep. She was panting a lot. It took her a while to build confidence before she got 100% comfortable. Like when people used to come, she wouldn't even go near them. But now she's good. She's very friendly with everyone. All our friends just love her. She's very independent. I think you can see for yourself. She's very quiet. She doesn't bark. She's actually a sweetheart. We also have caught her several times watching TV, and if we switch it off, you'll see her just turn and look at you like, hey, I was watching that, why did you switch it off? So her walks twice a day. The funny thing about her is if it rains and the grass is wet, she hates it. She's so diva that way, but she's very, very happy. She just strolls. and she'll go sniff everything. It's like she'll be in her own world. She'll be like trotting with her tail up. Just loves her walking adventures.
Leah has her own Instagram page. I started it as a photo album of memories. I wanted to document our lives together, but it just took on a life of its own. People started discovering it. As any dog owner would tell you, 90% of our pictures in our phone are pictures of our dogs, and hardly any pictures of us, guilty as charged. And when I first started taking pictures of her, I realized that she would respond. She would instinctively know how to pose, how to look at the camera, look away. And I love to dress her up too. Buy bandanas, buy different collars. My friends in the fashion industry would make jewelry for her. And every time I put something on her, she instinctively knows how to show it off.
She's very friendly to human. So whenever I meet like a dog owner, she would go and meet the owner first before go and greet the greet the dog. Sometimes when we go for a walk and because she's white and fluffy, people would get excited and they like to pet her. She's always happy to entertain them, but while she was being pet by other people, she would constantly look out for me. Like she should know where mommy is, just to make sure that mommy will not go anywhere.
The other wonderful thing that's come out of COVID has been another dog which I've adopted, Luna. I would not have adopted Luna if not for the fact that Leah got along with her. Ultimately, it was Leah who made that decision. I was very happy just having a relationship with one dog. Leah welcomed Luna into the house. Leah became big sister. So I'm now the proud father of 2 girls. We have no idea what their past lives are like, but as Leah's a perfect example, every single dog is capable of loving.
Having a dog is like having your own child. It's both a responsibility, a commitment at the same time. It's not always fun and happy. Once you adopt a dog, you have to make sure that you're going to stay with that dog until the final stage of the dog's life.
A dog is actually a lifetime commitment. It's not like a toy where you just get it today for yourself or your kids and then 2 days later, like, oh, I'm bored, and just chuck the toy away, because it's a living thing. We have to be aware of the feelings as well.
You need to have a lot of patience and a lot of love, which actually really helps in cultivating my own character. And dog gives you unconditional love. They actually teach you a lot of values and virtues that humans cannot teach. Having Frisbee in my life has tremendously changed the way I look at my own life in general. And he has been such a great companion and my best friend. I really cannot imagine what my life would be without this little munchkin. Mwah!